Ghana's dream to become an industrial giant in Africa came alive in 1966 when Kwame Nkrumah turned on the switch to mark the launch of the iconic hydropower station in Akosombo. But as the years rolled by, the nation was confronted with a number of challenges in the power sector. Challenges such as obsolete equipment, rapid urbanization, commercial, industrial, and mining activities, illegal connections and leakages, and plain old theft.
According to various AGI business barometer reports over the past few years, high cost of electricity has always placed tops in the 5 most critical challenges industry faces in the country. In quarter 4 of 2018, it gathered 48% of the overall challenges, followed by exchange rate volatility, current tax regime, cost of credit, and high cost of raw materials. In quarter 2 of 2019, it gathered 57%, again topping the 5 most critical challenges industry faces in the country. AGI and its partners, the GIZ, has worked on setting up the Energy Service Center, hosted by the AGI.
The Energy Service Center was established in October 2019, and indeed it was to address a very important challenge that we had as industries. You recall in 2015, when we had the energy crisis, it became a big problem for most industries. And indeed, companies complained so bitterly because they were becoming uncompetitive. One, they were not getting adequate supply of energy in a consistent and reliable manner. And 2, energy cost was also high. So government tried to intervene by signing on some IPPs. In the process, we got the aspect of energy supply and quality supply resolved. So we have good quality and reasonably, well access to companies for energy. However, those also brought in another aspect which was very inimical to business growth, and that is the cost of energy. Cost of energy became so expensive that most of the companies started complaining that they are becoming uncompetitive. And indeed, if you compare to other countries around us or where our competing products are coming from, they have much cheaper source of energy, and therefore it became a big issue. For this reason, AGI came up with the idea, and indeed with the support of the German government, we set up the Energy Service Center to do 2 key things. One is to improve our efficiency use of energy, and it meant that we really need to assess the enterprise's use of energy and do energy audit and support them to make sure that they use the right gadgets, put in measures to reduce cost of energy in an efficient manner that will make them more competitive by reducing cost. That is one. The second objective was that we all know that renewable energy is becoming more and more prominent, and even within the Ghana's own program and targets, we are actually targeting 10% of renewable energy as a source of energy to Ghana, and we have not achieved anywhere close to that, and therefore we needed a special vehicle to promote the use of renewable energy.
AGI has thus been on the constant search for alternative power sources. Experts have been delving into the power sector issues for some time now.
Project, the market entry into renewable energy and energy efficiency for the productive sector in Ghana, is a bilateral project and commissioned by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, in partnership with the government of Ghana, and then it's set up to increase framework conditions or improve framework conditions for the adoption of renewable energy and energy efficiency by the private sector and also by energy supply companies, specifically utilities. Yes, so as an integral part of this project, we have set up an Energy Service Center hosted by the Association of Ghana Industries. And this center is an independent provider of advisory services to support industry, to support commercial and industrial consumers of electricity, mostly members of AGI and even non-members, to support them to develop renewable energy and energy efficiency projects.
The AGI Energy Service Center provides an array of services and has assembled a team of experts who are delivering niche market services to the industrial sector of Ghana.
We have started last year with training, starting to carry out trainings for large consumers, large energy consumers, like owners of commercial buildings, like hotel, banks, and so on, and the industry, meaning the productive industry. The trainings are on energy efficiency measures, different audits, different type of audits, low cost, medium cost, and high cost measures to implement in order to save electricity cost on the long run. It is just information, getting the staff of companies, for example, informed on energy measures how they can implement. It is information on solar PV, solar thermal. We also train service providers on offering such services. We are training.
The energy efficiency component of the project has become a benchmark for determining the energy efficiency preparedness of most companies. Consultant John Williams explains.
A team of both local and international consultants who carry out the energy efficiency component of the project. The energy efficiency components of the project are twofold. The first part is delivering energy efficiency training. That's capacity building of local engineers working in industry here in Ghana to be able to understand what energy efficiency is and for them to be able to carry out energy efficiency in their companies. The other part is to actually carry out energy audits. ISO 50002 compliant type 1, type 2, type 3 energy audits for industrial and commercial clients in Ghana. The trainings are actually a technical component of the project. They involve delivering of training of engineers, local Ghanaian engineers, to understand what energy audit is and to understand the methodology of energy audits, how to carry out energy audits, and most importantly, how to identify, quantify, and prioritize energy efficiency opportunities in the form of recommendations to be presented to industrial or commercial clients.
Consultant John Boer, a renewable energy expert, explains the renewable energy component under the project.
First place, think about solar PV, but solar thermal, we have biogas, we have biomass, we have hydro power, and sometimes even wind. Most popular here in Ghana is solar photovoltaic, and this comes with a good reason, since the yields are, compared to other places in the world, much higher. So if you think that this technology is produced or was developed, is mostly employed in the so-called developed world, Europe, let's say USA, the yields there, so how much a solar plant can develop or generate per year is much lower. We are actually about 40% higher here. So which means simply the prices are good and the yield is even better. This results into the fact the kilowatt hour we can offer here is quite low. I mean, we not personally do that, but the companies here doing finance, for example, or just doing installations, if you put all these costs together and you sum it up in a kilowatt hour price, this comes, let's say, somewhere between 10 and $15 depending. It's always, depends on the project itself. Some are more expensive, others less.
Some industrial clients, members of AGI, beneficiaries of the AGI Energy Service Center, shared their thoughts. Entrance Pharmaceutical Limited.
We participated in 3 so far. Last year, the last quarter last year, and then running through this year in renewable energy and then energy audit. I think it's been so helpful. First of all, the awareness in terms of renewable energy and energy audit. The fact that, for example, with our air compressor systems, through the energy audit interaction, we've been able to improve its operations by installing some extractors in the room. That has helped the ambience to give us good temperatures for the compressors to work well, at least from what we observe. We are still monitoring though, but so far so good. And thankfully all that through the interaction with the training, the consultants, and even plenary sessions of the training. So it's been helpful, very helpful to us. Just beyond the trainings we received this year, we applied for transactory advisory services with the Energy Service Center. Thankfully, we were selected, and as I speak now, that service is being offered us, where we have energy audits of our facility to help us see the various gaps and measures that we can put in place to mitigate the negative effects of these gaps on our energy consumption and consequentially the bills, our energy bills. And so even now we are enjoying that service. Definitely we look forward to more of such technical support training from the AGI.
HPW Fresh and Dry Limited.
A great impact into so many people in this country. They have rendered a lot of training, and majority of them, and the ones we have benefited, is the energy efficiency. They rendered energy audits for us on energy audit type 1, and also rendered energy audit on the type 3. The type 3 we are still ongoing with the analysis being done, which is giving us a lot of informations or a lot of knowledges or new inputs on how we are losing energy along the line. I think they are giving everyone in this country what is important for the country to be able to depend on.
The trainings that we've had on this energy audit, which is the type 1, has really given me the opportunity to understand how we can actually optimize energy use within our operations. For me, coming from the production perspective, I've come to understand that there are certain operations that we can actually do or modify in our approach to the work in order to reduce waste energy, to reduce lost energy, and also to optimize energy. And these can actually translate in terms of finance and profit for our company. Thank you.
The future of the Energy Service Center is bright. Further collaborations will position the center as it strives to provide solutions for industries in Ghana.
We are glad that AGI has hosted it, and we are glad that the AGI is committed to sustaining the Energy Service Center.
With AGI for the last 3 years, and we plan to do that for the coming 3 years as well, up until a point when the Energy Service Center is fully operational and can live off the profits it is making by itself. So it becomes a self-sustaining entity.
As we create the awareness and people appreciate the impact of the energy efficiency service and then using the renewable energy, the impact of it on their bottom line, and they look at the savings they are making, they should be prepared to contribute and pay for the service, because in the long run, their bottom line will improve. And for that reason, we believe that what we're doing is sustainable and will continue beyond the phase that we are getting support from the GIZ. A number of partners involved in this project. First of all, the Ministry of Energy, which is the mother ministry for all energy-related matters. They've been very supportive and cooperative in this. I remember when we were launching the project, the Deputy Minister for Energy himself was there to launch it for us. I must also acknowledge the role that the Energy Commission has played in this project in terms of its design, its implementation, its collaboration has been effective. But one organization that I must actually also fully and seriously recognized is the GIZ, the German government, who provided the funding for this project. And for the 3 years, they are supporting this project and possibly beyond. And I think that the kind of expertise they brought on board, helping us to get the coordinator for the project, paying for the coordinator's salaries, and then funding all the other activities regarding the training and basic things that we're doing under the project has been very, very supportive, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Renewable energy is the future and one of the most critical growth pillars for development. AGI's commitment to this cause is clear as it seeks many more collaborators to actualize this goal.
What